Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. I'm the author of The Entrepreneur's Trap. I'm also the creator of the CEO Business School for Transformational Leaders. And I want to talk to you today about something called the bursting point. The bursting point. There is a stage in your business growth that, quite honestly, might become a big surprise, might pop up and smack you in the face if you're not ready for it. Even when you are ready for it, chances are it's going to give you a little bit of a bop in the head. And this is what I call the bursting point. This is the stage in your business growth where you think you have it made, or you thought it was all going to be sunshine and roses. So if you can think back to the early days of your business, maybe you're in the early days of your business right now, we always have this vision in our head of, okay, when I get to this certain point, let's say, for example, when I hit a certain number of clients, or when I reach a certain financial goal, maybe it's 6 figures or something along those lines. When we just get started, we always have that vision of, okay, when I hit this certain stage, everything's going to be so much easier. It's going to all come together. It's going to be sunshine and roses. And I'm here to tell you today that, heck yeah, there's amazing accomplishment. Amazing things can happen every time you hit a milestone and hit a goal in your business. And at the same time, there's a little bit of a rude awakening that can happen at that stage. And this is what I lovingly call the bursting point. So the bursting point is that space where you are tapped out in your business. You yourself can no longer take on one more bit of work, one more client, one more project, or anything like that. If you took on one more thing, you probably would quite literally burst. It's the stage where quite often you're making money. This is a stage of business where it's like, all right, I'm making money. Money's coming in the door. Woohoo! This is what I was waiting for. And in some cases, if you're not careful, all that money seems to go right back out the door again. That can be highly frustrating. It's the stage where instead of having freedom in your business, you actually find yourself working a whole heck of a lot harder than you want to be working. In some cases, working 7 days a week with some of the people I talk to. And I know that's highly frustrating. It's not what you started your business for. Chances are you're doing work that you actually don't want to be doing. You know, you have things on your plate that you don't know how to do, you don't like doing them, you quite honestly can't stand doing them. You might be suffering a little bit from the roller coaster ride of money coming in, money not coming in, money coming in, going out again. Woo! You know, you feel like you're flying by the seat of your pants all the time. And, you know, in some cases, your spouse, your kids, those around you might be wondering, okay, are you ever going to get off the phone? Are you ever going to get off the computer? Are you ever going to stop working? This is the bursting point in your business. And I want to tell you first and foremost that it is a rite of passage. Although it sounds a little painful, and for those of you who are knee-deep in it at the moment, you'll be able to appreciate this. It can be a very painful moment. But there's also a lot of opportunity that comes into play at the bursting point. Because here's the thing. You've proven that your business model works. People are hiring you, they want to work with you, you're providing value, you're making money. That's a very good thing. But what got you to this stage of your business is not going to be what takes you through it and to the next level of growth in your business. So the bursting point, again, it is a rite of passage. If you don't look to work your way through it, you're either going to burst or you'll probably shrink, one or the other. And if you shrink by choice, that's totally fine. But if you know you want to continue to keep growing, if you know that you've hit this bursting point and you're like, I just cannot do one more thing on my own, but you want to keep growing, then I want to share with you 6 things that I want you to be aware of to go through this. I mean, obviously we're talking really quickly through some of these things, but I want to let you know that it's very real, very easy to work through the bursting point. And what you're going to need to do is take a look at 6 different aspects of your business in order to do so. This is essentially the stage of your business journey where the business is becoming bigger than you, and where you need to get really purposeful as to what you're doing next. And the first of the 6 things I want you to consider is purpose. Your vision, your why, your reason for your business is probably going to change a little bit at this point. Quite often up to this point, your why was, I need to make money, I need to prove my business model, I need to serve my clients, I need all of this to work. When you get to this stage, the why will quite often become a little different. So first and foremost, you're probably going to need to revisit your why. You're going to need to create a really solid and compelling vision for your business and for yourself to keep you moving forward. If you don't have a solid and compelling vision, then when the going gets tough, you're not going to want to do the work. It's as simple as that. The second piece that you're going to want to look at is profitability. Because I can tell you, it does not matter how much money you make. You could be making 5, 6, 7, multi-7, etc. If you are not purposeful and clear as to how you're going to make profit, if you're not purposeful and clear as to how you're going to pay yourself, how you're going to make sure you're paying your taxes, if you're not really looking at what that means for you and your business, then I can guarantee you it doesn't matter how much money you make, most of it's going to go back out the door again. I know people who make multi-6, 7 figures and so on, who still struggle day to day in their business because all the money that comes in goes back out again. It's a little bit of a dirty secret, if you will, that happens in our industry that a lot of people don't talk about. So you're going to have to get real and purposeful about your profit, about the business model, about your pricing, everything that brings money in the door. You're going to have to get solid with that. You're going to have to start planning. The third thing here is planning. And if you're anything like me, honestly, up to that stage in my business, I was flying by the seat of my pants. I was working with clients and I was working on projects and kind of saying yes to whatever came along and having some fun. It was all good. But when you get to the bursting point and you want to move past that, part of what needs to happen is you need to purposefully plan ahead. You need to decide what's coming up the next 3 months, 9 months, 12 months, etc. And you need to lay out plans in order to get there. There's no more flying by the seat of your pants once you're in the bursting point. If you want to get out of the bursting point, that has to stop because that's not going to serve you or your clients or anyone in the long run. And then of course we need to look at people. Who do you need on your team to support you? It could be as simple as part-time virtual support. Further along, you're probably going to need more dedicated support, different people to do different things. Some of my favorite work that I do with my clients is when we take a look at their business and say, all right, here's who you need to hire. Here's what they're going to do for you. Here's how you're going to work together. And more importantly, here's the stuff they're going to take off your plate. Hallelujah. Definitely you need to look at getting people in place. We need to look at processes. Not the most fun, exciting, sexy thing in the world to talk about, but processes, systems. What are the tools that are being used to run your business? How are things getting done? How are things getting done the right time every time in the work that you're doing? That's very important at this stage too. And just last but not least is productivity, which in a sense is what is on your plate. How do you know what you need to be focusing on? How do you know what should and shouldn't be on your plate at this stage of growth? And how can you make sure that the right things are getting done? How can you make sure that you start your day feeling clear on what you're going to do? And more importantly, you end the day being able to say, all right, I got this, this, and that done. Great. Maybe other things popped up and, things get a little chaotic from time to time, but you need to feel like you're accomplishing things. You need to know that the right stuff is getting done. And that's a really important stage here when we're in the bursting point. So I know I'm running through that really, really quickly. We actually have a great manifesto, the Bursting Point Manifesto, that goes into this in much more detail. And that's something that you can probably grab with this video or you can get it on my website at tinaforsyth.com. But regardless of this, if you're not in the bursting point yet, just know it's coming. Know it's coming. And it's something to celebrate. If you know that it's coming, it doesn't have to be quite so painful. It really doesn't, because it is actually a celebration of all that you've accomplished to date. And if you are in the bursting point right here, right now, I just want you to know that there is a way through. There is a way through. There's a way beyond feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and that everything that needs to be done is coming to you and through you, and that if one more thing pops up, you just might scream and jump out the window kind of thing. It really doesn't have to be that hard. There's a way to make sure that the money that you're coming in, you get to keep some of that money. Hallelujah. And that's the work I love to do. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you today. If we connect again in the future, I look forward to that. Until next time, it's Tina Forsyth. Take care. Bye now. I'll say bye for my cat too. There's Jack. He just popped up to say hello. All right. Bye everyone.